This is a tutorial to help you understand how to manage your clients within the remote trainer platform. So you can do this on the mobile, but you'll find it somewhat easier on the web version. And if you go to the upper left corner, the three lines, and you select that and then select clients, you'll see as you add your clients, they'll show up as tiles with various options. There are, in essence, sort of 6 different states for your clients. The first is when you have invited a client and they have not yet registered. The second is when they've activated their account or registered their account, but we have not really started a program. The third is when the client has an active program, which is shown here with the green. And then the fourth is what we call an idle client, which means that they don't have a program at all, or they had one in the past and it's closed. It's time to get a new program in place. The fifth state is what we call deactivated. So if this was a client that left my practice and I did not want them to have access to my news, to the workouts, to my free quick start programs, I can deactivate them. And when I select that icon, they move into a different folder. And if I select my filtering icon then and look for hidden clients, I will find Michael's down here. So for HIPAA reasons, you might want to keep them here. And that way you've got access to their content. Maybe they'll come back later on. In that case, you can more readily reactivate their programs. But if you really, really want to get rid of them, there is now a 6th option, which is to delete them. So then they're completely gone from our platform. Everything you created is gone. We can't help you get it back. Okay, so those are the 6 states. So I'll go ahead and reactivate Michael. So now he is back in my more active folder, and I'll select this and go back to see these individual clients. So let's go ahead now and show you one more new trick, which is within user settings, there's underneath search preferences a new option that would allow you to view all practice clients. We would recommend that you do that. And the reason is once that's in place, you can see all sort of 4 of those states, as well as you can see your colleagues' clients. So not only do I see my own clients in this view, but I also see other clients of any other trainers that I have in my account. So let's go ahead and create a new client account, or pretend to in this instance as a demonstration. I'm going to select the plus, and I'll then select invite a client to start a program. If you want to add somebody directly to a running group, you can do that as well. But if I want to work with them on an individual basis, I'd select that icon and you'll see our default invitation. Later on, what you'll want to do is look in the branding tools, as you'll see there that all of our emails are editable by you. So the invitation to inviting a client to join a practice and start a game plan is that same email, and you can edit it here, and once saved, then all your invitations will use your own words and not ours. So if I go ahead and I invite a client into my account, I can add in their email up here, and let's say that I have done that. Once I invite a client, they immediately receive an email, and that email says, welcome to my app, and whatever words you want to use, or ours, and then they'll select join. They'll do it on a mobile device or directly in a web browser as I'm showing you today. And once they select join, they're going to see this interface, and they're asked very, very few pieces of content are requested. Their first name, last name, password, and their time zone. So if you're treating clients on a remote basis and they're in a different time zone, obviously you want them to get that part right, because that's when they'll become active and see various messages at the appropriate time. Okay, so the client has now activated their account, and I get a notification of that. The client will then land on this page, and they will be asked, the first thing is to pick a goal. So they can only have one goal at a time, and they will see only those goals that you have created or confirmed from the list that we've provided you. If they select their own custom goal, then they write it in. What will happen is you'll have an extra step, which is to assign a metric for a custom goal. But otherwise, all of these goals will already have a metric that you've earlier created or that you've used from us. Okay, so that's the client process. And then back on the practitioner view, when I've invited that client in, let's say it was this version of Michael Richards, I will have received a notification that Michael's activated his account, and then if he picks a goal, I'll get a second activation. Now, in this specific example, I can see that he has created, he's activated his account, but he did not create a goal. If I know what he wants to accomplish, I, as the trainer or the rehab specialist, can go ahead and create a goal or select a goal for him, and then go ahead with that one step in place. I can do everything else. And that is true, if I back up for a second, that is true as soon as you invite a client. So as soon as you've invited a client, if you know what they want to accomplish, you can start their program right away, including setting a goal and creating workouts and habits and nutrition, etc. Or I can wait until they activate their account, or I can wait a third time for them to actually select a goal. All of those are options within the new system. Okay, so with that then, the last thing I wanted to mention is that you can view your other practitioners' clients. So Nagendra is a trainer in my account, and he created a test account for himself. So when you first created your account, if you are the administrator, you're going to see admin down here, and that allows you also to see an account that we automatically created for you using your same email. If you're what we call a second practitioner in the account, if you invited or you are the person that's sort of been invited by somebody else to use this account, you're not going to see your own client account. You're going to want to go ahead and invite yourself using that same email, and then you can play with the system going back and forth using this switch roles component. But if I want to see Nagendra, that client account, and see what programs have been assigned, I can first select his thumbnail, and I can see that his practitioner is Nagendra. And then if I go back, I can see what programs all practitioners have assigned to him. So here I can see he assigned himself a program, 2 programs, and then the final 3 I have created for him. So the concept here is multiple practitioners can serve the same client, and you can see who's been working on what elements. You can also edit each other's workouts, and if you have questions about that, just let us know. Okay, there you go. That's the basics.